Coming up on Fulton Today, the county prepares for South Fulton's transition to cityhood. We'll have a full report. And the dreams of thousands of children come true just in time for the holiday season. That and more starts right now on Fulton Today. Everyone, so the big question, what is next? It is in fact the question of many South Fulton residents and county employees as the county and the state prepare for the transition of the newest city, South Fulton. FGTV's Priscilla Ortega joins us now with what the county manager is already doing. Priscilla?
This is just one of several planned meetings the county manager, chief financial officer, and chief operating officer will have with impacted employees. These meetings will happen about once a month during the South Fulton cityhood transition.
The focus is on a smooth transition, and specifically the focus will be on you.
Speaking to hundreds of employees, county leaders discuss how adding a 15th city to Fulton County could impact the workforce.
During the transition period, you will continue to be paid by Fulton County in the same method that you are paid today.
About 400 employees collectively from police, fire, parks and recreation, planning, and public works are affected because those services will now be services in the new city. That means many employees could likely be hired by the new city.
If I were an employee today in one of those positions, I would look at it as an opportunity, because I do think that it is ultimately to not only do what we do today as Fulton County, but do even more as the city of South Fulton.
The new city has just 100,000 residents. Fulton's transition team is working to transfer services as seamlessly as possible.
We feel strongly that we want to make this as smooth as possible. We want to keep maintaining services like we're providing today. We want to maintain them at a high level, matter of fact, even better. We want to improve every day. We want to improve. So we're not going to stop until we're no longer providing those services.
Many of those who would be the ones actually providing those services say they appreciate getting information on what they should expect next.
The information given today gave a lot of the employees new insight. There's still a lot to be learned. As they said, there's the transition period, but today's meeting calmed a lot of fears with a lot of the employees.
Now, this transition is expected to take several months to a couple of years, and the mayor and city council aren't expected to take office until May. Reporting from the Aviation Community Cultural Center, I'm Priscilla Ortega for FGTV.
Thank you very much, Priscilla. Meanwhile, another result of the 2016 election was the passing of the T-Splosh referendum. Now, county leaders got excited about the direction that Fulton is heading. And one person who's also excited is Fulton County's Chief Operating Officer, Mr. Todd Long. Sir, welcome back to Fulton Today.
Well, thank you so much for having me on to talk about T-Splosh today. Looking forward to it.
All right, so I kind of said it. You are excited. Talk about the passing of this referendum.
Well, we are very fortunate that November 8th came to Fulton County. It was the day the citizens of the county, particularly in the areas outside of the city of Atlanta, and in the city of Atlanta for that matter, were given the opportunity to vote on a transportation sales tax. Outside of Atlanta, they were able to vote on a tax that was 0.75 cents. In Atlanta, a tax for 0.4 cents. This is for transportation improvements. In addition to that, in Atlanta, city limits only, they were allowed to vote for MARTA for half a penny. I'm just happy to report all three measures did actually pass. And now we're looking forward to the future and what that money can bring in in regards to putting projects on the street in the near future.
And so what are the next steps?
Well, the next steps in the process are pretty simple. One, we got to go back and look back at the schedule from the bill. The layout in the bill is that on March the 31st, really April 1st, the tax begins to be collected. So backing up from there, all the different cities are going to get together and they're going to start working on their projects. They're going to start preparing plans. They're going to start preparing program schedules and laying out how that money will be spent over the 5-year period. So it's really a lot of that work has already been done, to be honest with you, but it's going to be a reiteration looking at the details of what you can get out the door and how the cash comes in. All the 5 years worth of revenues aren't going to come in day one. It's going to come in over a 5-year period. Therefore, it's very important to see what your cash flows are during the course of the 5 years to see what projects you want to put on the street first.
So, Todd, do you think the passing of the referendum would have even been possible but not for all of those community meetings?
Well, certainly T-SPLOS would not have been possible without the help of a lot of different cities and individuals working within the county to make it happen. We're very fortunate that we had all the mayors that decided to get on board with this effort. Back this summer, we signed an intergovernmental agreement that was signed by every single mayor and supported by their councils to move forward on putting this on the ballot. Now the people have spoken through the ballot process, so it's up to the staffs of those individual cities as well as unincorporated Fulton to deliver those projects. So it would not have really come to fruition without all the mayors agreeing that there was a need and this was a way and a method to meet that need.
And the bottom line here, Todd.
This was a lot different effort than what happened in 2012. This was an effort for individual counties. These are projects that were selected by local governments, projects that will be delivered by local governments, that people can really reach out and feel and touch because it's in their backyard. So that was why it was a little bit more appealing to the voters, I think, than what happened in 2012. Essentially what you have at the end of the day is every person that is in Fulton County is going to say, I've got a project really near my house that I can drive on and live with, and enjoy the benefits of every day.
Fulton's Chief Operating Officer, Mr. Todd Long, great to see you, and thank you so much for your time.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Well, if you are thinking about burning those leaves that you raked this fall, think again. Due to the recent drought conditions, the Georgia Forestry Commission has temporarily suspended all outdoor burning.
Our trees, the leaves are drying up and falling to the ground, which is causing a very great fire danger.
Conditions have been so bad that the Georgia Department of Natural Resources Environmental Protection Division elevated the drought response level to a level 2 for 52 counties in the state. And as a result, Fulton County's Public Works Department advises residents of watering restrictions that take effect right now. Now, there is also a ban on all consumer fireworks. All of these restrictions will remain in effect until the drought conditions improve. Fulton County public safety officials joined dozens of law enforcement, government, civic, and community members for a sleep out to help homeless children. The evening started with a candlelight vigil at Covenant House, a shelter for the homeless and runaway youth. They all came together in solidarity with homeless youth to hear their stories and bear witness both to their struggles and their steps forward into brave new lives.
It's really just a tremendous event, and so many people who wouldn't normally have to sleep outside come out here and take a stand against youth homelessness. And we not only raise quite a bit of funds, but we also raise important awareness about the fact that there's youth living on the streets.
After the vigil, the group, including Fulton's chief jailer, Colonel Mark Adger, took to the streets in their sleeping bags, while the kids who live at Covenant House slept in safe, warm beds. Covenant House, Georgia, is a 46-bed crisis shelter where youth are given the opportunity to achieve stability while working with a case manager to develop a plan for their futures. And the dreams have come true for thousands of children all across the country thanks to National Adoption Day, including some children right here in Fulton County.
Is your intention here today to adopt this wonderful boy to be your own?
Yes, ma'am.
With a stroke of the pen, 10 adoptions were finalized at juvenile court with the support of the newly adopted families and friends.
Well, congratulations.
Before the ceremony, a college student who grew up in the Fulton foster care system shared with the group what it means to get a forever family.
It was a really good experience because most of the time parents want to adopt the smaller children. So for me as a teenager to get adopted, it was a very good thing for me.
New parents say they have been looking forward to this day for a long time.
Give me a high five. There
Oh,
you
yeah. It's been a long journey, so I'm very excited. So he'll be called mine. Just love him so much, and I'm just happy to have him a part of my life.
Fulton is hoping this day will bring awareness to the need of the many other children still in the foster care system.
There are still thousands of kids that are waiting to be adopted. And yes, we would invite anyone who's interested in trying to make a difference in the life of a child, to make a difference in the life of their family in this community. It's a wonderful experience, and children are waiting for you.
According to nationaladoptionday.org, over 23,000 children age out of the foster care system every year. And still to come on Fulton Today, how will the South Fulton cityhood impact the 2017 budget? It's a part of our district by district coverage next. Fulton joins the discussion about social justice on an historic Atlanta campus, and another conversation about race sparks an interesting debate. Here's this week's district by district coverage. We begin with Chairman John Eves as he visits the Clark Atlanta University campus. The at-large commissioner participated in a panel discussion titled Working with Social Justice, Visions and Strategies for Change. Following the recent national issues of racism, oppression, and sexism, the students had a lot on their minds and the panel had a lot to address.
I'm a graduate of the Atlanta University Center, so it's very proud for me to be here and share with students and faculty and staff in terms of what Fulton County is doing. We are a very diverse county. We embrace diversity. We celebrate our diversity, and that's part of our rich heritage and our future.
If you want justice, justice is not my justice. Justice is not Georgia's justice. It is the people's justice. And if you want the system to work, then you have to participate and you have to hold us accountable.
The bottom line is we want to improve the status of individuals within our community and within the greater Atlanta area and with the nation. I want students to understand and listen very carefully to these individuals who live out this in their personal and professional lives every single day.
The discussion was a part of the higher education educational leadership curriculum on the CAU campus in collaboration with the Educational Leadership Student Association. Commissioner Lee Morris kicks off a series of budget hearings hosted by the Board of Commissioners. The District 3 community feedback session was held at the Northside Library. Residents got a chance to both hear about the county's 2017 proposed budget and request funding for certain services.
You think only $10 million is enough to fix all these things that are wrong with the facilities problems?
I was very pleased to see that we weren't asking each department to take an arbitrary percentage cut, but apparently the funding is going to be there to continue the services that we need. But beyond that, the transition for South Fulton, the services of South Fulton, is going to be a huge project, and if we can get that accomplished satisfactorily, that'll be super.
All of the commissioners will host a budget hearing in their respective districts. Commissioner Morris invites his constituents who didn't make the meeting to send him a message online about the 2017 budget. Hundreds of people converge in Atlanta for the Facing Race National Conference held at the Hilton downtown. The gathering is presented by Race Forward, the Center for Racial Justice Innovation. Facing Race is the largest multiracial, intergenerational gathering for organizers, educators, creatives, and other leaders who all want to bridge the gap on race relations in their own cities.
That we're coming off of the results of the 2016 presidential election, and it completely reset the national agenda on racial justice. So we at CSI, Center for Social Inclusion, we're really happy to be here because this will be a space to talk about, to really sit with one another, to really heal together and figure out a way forward.
Part of why we wanted to come here is we knew there would be cities that were further along in this than we are and that have had some successes and challenges, and to be able to learn from what has worked and what hasn't and how we might do that in Asheville and work and network with folks who are doing the same work.
Facing Race offers local community unprecedented access to information and resources on racial equity and includes over 50 workshops. Fulton Commissioner Marvin Arrington is officially certified with the Association of County Commissioners of Georgia. To celebrate the accomplishment, ACCG representatives, colleagues, and friends hosted a reception in his honor. The District 5 representative completed the core training requirements in the ACCG Lifelong Learning Academy, which is the training program for county officials.
I came into this job new, did not know anything about what a county commissioner really does. And so this was a great way to, one, not only learn about what the best practices are for county commissioners, but two, to network with other county commissioners from all around the state of Georgia.
When commissioners become certified and they participate in that amount of education, it equips them with the tools and the knowledge that they need to make better decisions on behalf of their constituents and in conjunction with their fellow commissioners, and ultimately lead to a better quality of life and better local governance for the citizens of Fulton County.
The board also recognized Commissioner Arrington's certification with an official proclamation. Commissioner Arrington becomes just the 4th Fulton County Commissioner to complete the certification, joining Vice Chair Liz Hausman, Commissioner Joan P. Garner, and former Commissioner Lynn Riley. And finally, District 6 Commissioner Emma I. Darnell gets in the holiday spirit with seniors from the Darnell Multipurpose Facility. Seniors dressed up for their annual gala to kick off the holiday season. The festive event is one of the members' favorites each year.
It was wonderful. I've been here before. I'm a resident of Fulton County, so I try to make sure I support things that we have in our county. It was exciting, very much so.
Not only do I enjoy coming to the event, but I come every week, and it's just a joyous time to put us into motion to get us ready for Christmas as we wait Santa Claus.
We want to thank all of the members of the Harriet G. Darnell Senior Facility family, their children and their grandchildren for a wonderful evening of joy and fellowship and community.
There are a number of holiday events planned at the county senior facilities throughout the end of the year. Call the Star Line to get more information or visit the county's website. And still to come on Fulton Today, going cold turkey for a turkey. We'll explain. Stay with us. Fulton joins the nation for World AIDS Day by raising awareness of what can be done to move Fulton closer to becoming an AIDS-free county. Jeff Cheeks is the director of Fulton's Ryan White program. Jeff, welcome back to Fulton Today.
Thank you, Shania. Glad to be here.
All right, it's an annual event, but explain to everyone just what World AIDS Day is.
World AIDS Day happens each year on December the 1st, and it's, as the name implies, it's a global event, and it's an opportunity for all of us to get together to remember the people that we've lost to HIV and AIDS, to recommit ourselves to continuing to fight against HIV and AIDS in our community, and also to show support for people who are living with HIV disease, to let them know that they're not alone and there's people on their side.
And let's talk numbers now. How much has HIV and AIDS actually impacted Fulton County?
Fulton County has been greatly impacted by HIV and AIDS. In fact, the South has the greatest number of new cases of HIV, and Atlanta and Fulton County are at the center of that epidemic. In the past, people thought of San Francisco as having the greatest number of HIV cases or the highest number of new infections. Well, over the past couple of years, their rate has gotten down to about 200 new cases a year. And in Fulton County, our cases are going up from 600 every year. So we've still got a long way to go to make sure that we're doing an effective job of taking care of the people who are living with HIV disease, but also ensuring that we're helping our citizens in not spreading disease to other people.
And explain to everyone, Jeff, how the Ryan White program, your office, is helping those with HIV and AIDS.
Fulton County is lucky to be a recipient of Ryan White Part A dollars. And what those funds are for to provide care and treatment to people who are living with HIV disease in the Twin County metro Atlanta area. And so we receive funding and we fund organizations who provide life-saving treatment, such as primary care, mental health, substance abuse, and also support services to help people get into care and stay in care, like transportation or support groups or food. We also connect people with housing. Last year, we provided services to 14,500 people, and that's about 2/3 of the people who are living with HIV disease in metro Atlanta.
And Jeff, what about resources and just overall information about HIV and AIDS?
Well, there are a couple things that I would like our residents to know, and that is that HIV and AIDS is 100% preventable. That one of the exciting things that's happened over the past couple of years is that there's a new medication therapy, so something called PrEP, or pre-exposure prophylaxis. And people who are HIV negative, who are at high risk for HIV, can take these medications, and there's a 99% 99.9% chance that they will not be able to acquire HIV disease. So it's an exciting time for us. But I also want our residents to know that if you are living with HIV disease, there's help out there, that there's a number of services to provide you medical care, but also spiritual care to help you with housing, to help you deal with what you need to do to be able to live a long and healthy life and to continue to be a productive member of Fulton County society.
And finally, what will the county do to recognize World AIDS Day?
Well, this year the theme for World AIDS Day is getting to zero. And the theme of that is to say that we're going to have 0 new infections. We're going to have 0 people die of AIDS, and we're going to have 0 discrimination and stigma related to HIV and AIDS. So in Fulton County, the Department of Health and Wellness will be doing a number of testing events throughout the county. But also a lot of our partner organizations will also be undertaking events. If you would like to see what's happening in Metro Atlanta, you can check our website at ryanwhiteatl.org, and we'll provide a list of different activities that are happening in Atlanta.
All right, Jeff Cheek, you always come with good information. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Shania. It was my pleasure.
And again, to learn more about events going on for World AIDS Day, you can go to ryanwhiteatl.org. Residents who made the promise to quit smoking and go cold turkey actually got a chance to win a turkey. During the Go Cold Turkey for a Turkey event, participants learned about smoke-free environments and how to live a tobacco-free lifestyle. The Heart Coalition of Fulton and the Partnership to Improve Community Health Program, also known as PITCH, sponsored the event at the West End Library. The turkey giveaway was just one program held during the National Great American Smokeout, which is a day where tobacco users are encouraged to ditch the habit.
We feel like if people just take that first step, it can lead them to having a better, healthier life that is tobacco-free.
We know that tobacco-related deaths such as cardiovascular disease, hypertension, strokes, those health disparities also impacts in terms of tobacco usage.
Organizers have also worked with the County Parks and Recreations Department to help make all Fulton parks more smoke-free inside and out. For information, you can call the Georgia Quit line at 877-270-STOP. That's 877-2778-67. Well, this holiday season, many people are looking to find a way to give back to those in need. Nutritionists with the Atlanta Community Food Bank say 1 in 5 adults and 1 in 4 children struggle with hunger in our very area. Companies and individuals can help the ACFB end hunger by volunteering or donating goods.
This is a wonderful time of year to give back. We are looking for people to donate their time and their resources and also to volunteer. We take volunteers all year round and we always need help.
Other organizations like Open Hand Atlanta can also use volunteers to help deliver about 5,500 meals a day. Volunteers work 6 days a week to make the meals with fresh ingredients and then deliver the food. To learn more about volunteering at these organizations, you can go to openhandatlanta.org or acfb.org. And still to come on Fulton Today, high schoolers give back during their own canned good race. See how the competition stacked up next. Well, you can now use your library card to read any magazine from the comfort of your home. The library system now has access to about 400 popular magazines that may be downloaded to mobile devices. The best part is there are no return fees. There are 2 vendors library card holders can use called Zenio and Flipster. Popular magazines available through those vendors include Consumer Reports, People, and Better Homes and Garden. Users can even be notified when the next issue is available.
Everything we're offering you is absolutely free with the library card. You can't just go to, say, Zenio.com because it wouldn't recognize you as a patron. We've already paid for the service for you, so your library card will give you that access.
Now, patrons must initially set up through the library's website with their library card. The digital magazines are just one electronic tool available for card holders. Audiobooks, music, movies, and TV programs are also available through the library system. To learn more, go to afpls.org. And finally, South Fulton students show off their creativity by showing how they can do good. The students turned canned foods into works of art during the 5th annual Can Do Good competition at the Government Center. The students from McLaren, Success Academy, Banneker, Langston Hughes, and Tri-Cities high schools all took part. The cans used in the competition were all collected through canned food drives.
I got a lot of interactive teamwork and working with people that I usually don't work with, and communication and understanding how to build things, a structure with other people.
After the structures were put together, judges evaluated the canned food displays based on creativity, stability, and difficulty. Banneker High School was named the winner and awarded a $1,000 prize. And before we go, our reminder that we'd like to connect with you online. Check us out anytime on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course, our YouTube channel. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. Thank you so much for watching. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.